Welcome to my home. I am really blessed that you're visiting me, and we are going to have a safe space. I like to call it a hug you instead of a how-to. Will be the vibe of what we do regarding parenting and marriage in this series. So the first question, obviously, I think you can guess what the first parenting question was that came my way. Yep, it was about kids online all the time at home. Did you ever think you would hear kids say, "I don't want to see another screen for the rest of the day, Mom, please"? Well, here we are because of what school has become. And those of you who didn't think you would ever homeschool are doing it. And some of you are doing such a great job. And the others are going to do a great job soon. It's just getting used to this new kind of school, isn't it? And the part about them being in front of the screens is a real heartache. So the question was, how do I keep them motivated and focused? And the real answer to that is you can't, because there is nothing attractive or rewarding about being in front of a screen all day long. We are not wired to do that. It feels wrong, and they can tell it feels wrong, and that's where the resistance comes from. But if we don't have a choice, how do we help them? And this may even help you. I know that many adults are also spending 7-8 hours on Zoom a day and being really exhausted from staring into those screens. So let's just first answer the question, why is it so annoying to do that? Well, our retinas are not used to the flashing of a screen that's so fast that we don't actively see it, but our brain still needs to deal with the constant flashing. It's an extremely high frequency, and also the blue light that comes off of the screen is really an assault on your brain. We can see people's brain waves changing when we shine any kind of a screen in their faces. Our brains don't like it, it's uncomfortable. And that's why it is exhausting. It's also really exhausting not to move. You would think movement expends energy, and so sitting really still would not make you tired. Not true. We were not made to sit still. So when we think of all these things, we already have 3 clues as to how we can help kids deal with Zoom and screen fatigue in general. They need to look away from that screen. That was the first clue. They need to move a lot. And they need to take breaks completely away from that, where we do things that restore our brain. Now, there are many websites where you can get tips, often called brain breaks or brain gym. I know a wonderful one is gonoodle.com, and also weareteachers.com, and then you look for brain breaks for kids. And there are wonderful exercises. And some of them are even online, and you can have your child just click on the link. Even when they are on Zoom, they can quickly go on that link to the side and quickly do something for 5 minutes when the teacher is also taking a break. And for those teachers maybe listening to this clip, you can work it into your Zoom lesson. Just go to weareteachers.com, look for those brain breaks, and there are things made by Stanford Health that are exercises you can show on the screen for the students to do right in front of the computer. Now, a few examples would be a breathing ball, which is one I really like, and that helps for focus. So kids just put their fingers together like this, and they press hard, and it makes a little ball. And they breathe in, and when they breathe out, they kind of flatten it and they relax their arms, and then they press against it again. Now, anything that is pressure and breathing and release and breathing is really good overall for us to relax. There are exercises with kids flapping their arms like birds. Those are fantastic too. Or even doing random exercises just next to their chair, like jumping jacks, anything that gets both parts of their body moving. And then, of course, one of the most wonderful brain breaks that really kind of resets everything when they have only a couple of seconds, or maybe 30 seconds to kill the camera, quickly do their exercise and rejoin the session, is this thing where you cross your arms over and you touch your nose with one hand and your ear with the other, and then you have to swap. Clearly my brain is not very integrated, so this is what you do. And you can make them do it faster and faster, and about 30 seconds of that will get everything that's floating in the back of their mind neatly filed and get them ready to go again. There are humorous games as well that you can play with them as a parent. Clapping games are especially good because rhythm, laughter, music, singing are just things that God has given us to rewire our brain as well and get our happy back. There's one called Boom, Snap, Clap. Now you can just Google it because the video is viral and it's too young. Girls teaching us this fantastic clapping game. Excellent. I mean, clapping and rhythm helps for trauma, it helps for stress, it helps to get our right brain activated, which we need to kind of distract us while we're doing all this left brain stuff. Because if the right brain doesn't distract us to do something or to look away, then our brain actually stops functioning and kind of grinds to a halt. Now, just to go back to my first tip about looking away from the screen, it's as simple as having a window nearby and reminding your child to look out the window. Now, I know that's counterintuitive. We're told as students in class, don't look out the window, there's nothing interesting there. Here's what you need to pay attention to. But our brains did that because they need it. They need to focus really far, far beyond where the teacher is, far beyond where the computer screen is, for at least 20 or 30 seconds. Look if you can see if there's a bird in the tree, see if anything's flying, find a beautiful cloud, and then we get back to where we are. Look for shapes, look for colors. And also just to become aware of our body again, because when our brain is just working, it neglects breathing. We don't sit right. Suddenly when somebody says, hey, pay attention to your body, you realize, oh, my hip's actually sore, I need to adjust, I'm not sitting right. Or you have your legs curled up tightly and all the stress is in your feet and you didn't notice. So sometimes just letting them uncross their legs, put it square on the floor, close their eyes, just breathe. Okay, feel where your feet are. Okay, feel where your little bum is on the chair. Feel where your back is pressing against that. Okay, feel where your shoulders are. Oh, they're tense. Okay, let's relax them. Where are your hands? Okay, I can feel my jeans under my fingers. Okay, let me listen to what I can hear. I can hear my AC. That's all I can hear now. I can hear a clock ticking around the corner. Okay, now I really am in the moment because I'm feeling things. Maybe I can even still smell the eggs I burned a week ago before church. I can still smell it, the smoke in my house. You just get audio and video. I do get the olfactory input too. So you try and tap into all 5 of your senses, and when you have done that, beautiful things have already happened to your body and your brain, and you're ready to focus again. So think senses, think especially the eyes looking beyond the screen. Think moving those little bodies, and 30 seconds, as little as 30 seconds, can reset them and get them going again. But it is important to acknowledge that this is not ideal, this is not healthy, there's nothing wrong with you if it doesn't feel good. Your brain is normal and your body is normal when it is hard for you. So please, no discipline, no negative consequences if they find this hard. Only support, only encouragement, and as many of these activities as you can figure out for their age. When we parent, there's a principle that says that if your child's able to do something, that means by age and personality and developmental level, they are able. And they didn't forget, they just choose not to do it. Then we can punish them. And we can tell them what we really want, and if they do that, we can reward them if we know it's going to take some effort. But this isn't something where you can call it disobedience. Nobody's able to sit in front of a screen and focus this many hours. Nobody's able to feel good and motivated about it. So we're expecting something of them that is unfair. And because it is unfair, we can neither punish nor reward, because when we are rewarding somebody for something that they're unable to do, it feeds into utter hopelessness. So imagine a teen who just really doesn't get the math, and you tell them you're going to give them $100 for every A they get in a test. I mean, it's just debilitating, because they know deep down, you can give me $1,000, I can't do it. Super discouraging. And they do want to please us, and they do want to do the right thing. So let's not set them up to fail, just encourage and support. Remember that this too shall pass, and that we and our kids and the teachers, the school system, will find better ways to do this in time. And it's not true that if your child doesn't learn as much information in the next 6 months as they usually would in a classroom, that their education has derailed. And God has this beautiful promise in Joel where he says, I will give back the years that the locust has eaten. That's always been such an encouragement to me, that God is able to give back time that we have lost. And this is like a like a locust swarm that is flying over the world, eating a lot of things and leaving a lot of devastation. But God can do restoration. And if He can do that on a grand scale, He can also do that in your child's education. Trust Him.